Alright guys, so this is your homework paper, and you'll notice that when you fold it in half, you have square roots on top of examples, and then cube roots is on the back of square roots because we don't actually care about the cube roots part. So you're going to glue where it says cube roots and glue it down to your paper. You're going to want to trim around your dotted line though to make it fit, and you may even want to go ahead and just trim all the way down to above examples and square roots if it's going to bother you to have it kind of hang off a little bit. Try not to cut off this bottom row. Excuse me, because we're going to need to write in this box. Okay, so the first thing that you are going to have to do is take your graph paper, and you'll notice that your instructions tell you to use your graph paper to show some examples of square roots below. So a square is something that we are used to doing on graph paper. So if we had a 1 by 1 square, it would just be this part right here, and we would cut this part off and then glue it on your foldable, and you just say 1 times 1 equals 1, because the area of this square is 1 and the side lengths are 1. Okay, in the same way, you would take that graph paper and you would cut a 2 by 2 square and glue it on your foldable, and you would say 2 times 2 equals 4. Same with 3 by 3, 4 by 4, and just, do 4 or 5 of them. You don't have to do a whole lot. So this one's 2 by 2. Go ahead and label them once you have them glued on. So this is 3 times 3, which equals 9. Okay, so cut these out, glue them on this side of your paper where it says show some examples of square roots below. After you've done that, come over here to where it says square roots, and we are just going to fill this in with our square roots so you can remember them. So where it says roots, just go all the way down and number it 1 through 20. So 1, 2, 3, all the way through 20. And so on and so on. Okay? I'm not going to do this whole thing for you. I'm just going to do part of them, and then you need to do the rest. Okay? So what's going to happen in the square box is we're going to talk about if we were doing a square on our graph paper, what would my square look like? Well, this square would look like 1 in length and 1 in width. Okay, the root for 2 would look like 2 in length and 2 for width, so 2 squared, right? 3 would be 3 times 3, which is 3 squared. You get the idea. Okay, for your square root, 1 squared is 1, so the inverse of that is the square root, and we're going to say square root of 1 equals 1. Well, 2 times 2 is 4, so the square root of 4 equals 2. 3 times 3 is 9, so the square root of 9 equals 3. So hopefully you see what we're doing here. 1 squared is 1. The square root of 1 gives me my root. The square root will bring you back over here. So for example, with your picture that you did, you had your 2 by 2 box. Okay, and when I took my length of 2 and squared it, I ended up with 4 boxes. When I take my 4 boxes and find out what the squared root is, that brings me back to 2. So what times itself would give me 4? 2. What times itself would give me 9? 3. What times itself would give me 1? 1. So just go ahead and fill out the rest of this table, and then I'm going to put a PDF picture of the right side of your notebook practice problems with this video so that you can get those finished as well.